Well, myth may have made it. Tartaria was so miraculously different, but I suspect that the amount of Freemasonry and structures, building of Washington, the American and Canadian continental area was simply Tartarian. That's what Freemasonry is. A mason means a builder. Finest buildings ever? Tartarian. The religion? Well, something of Persia, really. Central steppes of Asia. Cities? Everywhere. Technology? Pretty advanced. We didn't know what to do with it in the 19th century. We sort of occupied it and cobbled it together. Abraham Lincoln, 6'4", towered over everybody of his day. Giants. Don't get me wrong. There were giants, real giants, and Lincoln would have been a dwarf by comparison. I don't think there were many of them around, but there's an awful lot of bones. Well, there was. It wasn't Christian. Christians are savage when it comes to dealing with non-Christians. Historically, anyway. They didn't destroy Alexandrian Library and similar for no reason. Progress is of the devil. Send a crusade, burn the place to the ground. It's just how empires are made. It's always been the delusion of the ignorant that might is right. Our God is a mighty God. Christianity is Armageddon. For how many peoples and nations and cultures? We are the survivor in the modern cultural jungle. Our religion has turned to science, but it's powered by our thirst for domination. A chosen people, favoured by God. And now America is the most dominant military and the most formally Christian, born of a Christian history and tyranny, but not its loving kindness. And the war goes on. Who are the Chinese? Tartaria, of course. What's their religious roots? Persian. Central Steppes, Mongolian. Hordes. Didn't you notice the Cold War was hotter than the World Wars? Because it wasn't to you, you didn't notice the devastation, did you, of the countries? But even before that, the devastation in the world wars, the number that died in Russia and China dwarf Western losses. We say and we claim that most of it was caused by themselves. Bad agricultural policies of collectivization, for instance. 20 or 40 million here or there. In the modern world, man-made diseases, of course. And by modern I may mean stemming right back to Russia in the 1800s. And perhaps especially the British in their empire building. The modern world is the ancient world war of Europe against Asia, Rome against Babylon, America against China. For war is the mother of technology and power. Love is not a technology, but life, creativity, and sustenance. Choose you this day whom you will serve. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. Just make no mistake, Cold War simply means cold from our point of view. Compared to the losses in Russia and China, and in the case of India caused by the British, as we drained India's resources, the population starved, died of exploitation, that we could run the world wars, especially preparing for the First World War. 50 to 100 million died. American and British losses are minute compared to the death toll of the 20th century by man. But the world is not a war between East and West. It's a battle between the prosperity of elites and the immiseration of the people. The enemy is within. The crushing of Tartaria was simply the crushing of the elites. The elites have technology and power. The wealth, quite simply. The power uses the population as a resource of labour. Culls what it doesn't need, like any other creature on the earth. The demise of Tartaria is simply the demise of the elite, which has now been covered up by the surviving elite that doesn't want to recognize that it fell from power. Bleep in its history, like the French Revolution and Napoleon destroying the heart of it. We claim in our historicity. No, Tartaria ruled the world, all of it. Europe and Americas. New owners didn't know what to do with the technology, so they destroyed it. And the people that knew of it, which was of course the people in their own countries too, replaced them with, well, literally orphan children to some extent, on quite a grand scale. But changed the record, changed the history, or rather the historicity, took control, bureaucratically registered the new age, claimed the technical achievements as their own, rewrote the history. A royal elite that overthrew Tartaria and then fought it out in the 20th century, only to be dished themselves by capitalism and communism that own no history, and certainly not Christianity. The ancient royal elite was crushed in the 20th century. The battle is now between, formally, capitalism against communism, but in reality, still elite against the people. Both sides, elite willing to sacrifice people for power. There's nothing new under the sun. You see, freedom is the opportunity to do the wrong thing. And this world gives you that opportunity that you might learn that you don't want the wrong thing. It's a school, not an end in itself. It's the place for the school of hard knocks. You should, from your experience, say, this is hell. I value something better than this. And we do. So we turn to God whether He exists or not. For we know what we worship, and it's not this. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. Love you. Thank you, Dad.